Hello, my name is Jesus Cisneros. I am part-time professor at the University of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria in Canary Islands. My field is coastal pollution, and I am advisor of the regional government of Canary Islands and also the national government for maritime accidents. I have a lot of experience in this field, the oil spill technologies about response and recovery. And let me show you an overview of the great limitation that have the current oil spill technologies. Let me start with the chemical dispersants. They just try to move the oil from the surface to the water column on the bottom. They disperse the pollution into the sea, increasing the environmental impact. And this is another dispersion, mechanical dispersion with the propellers of the ship trying to increase the dispersion into the sea, increasing as well the environmental impact. Skimmers and pumps, that's the only technology try to remove oil from the sea. It's very difficult to use. You need a specific formation to use this. Is usable only in a specific situation and very low efficiency to recover the oil from water. The standard absorbent as well, they really remove oil from water, but very expensive, and it's not reusable. Then you create a huge problem to manage these absorbents. Burning, it translates the problem from the water surface to the atmosphere that moves without any control, and as well increase the environmental impact. Even the barriers has a very low performance, do not retain the oil efficiently with waves, with wind, and well, they have even serious problems to retain oil within the harbor with a medium tide currents. We need to change the mentality. I mean, concentration versus dispersion. We try to remove oil as much as possible. One single drop of oil is important. And we need to use new technologies. Based technologies I make the overview is very old technology, very low performance, and nobody makes an objective evaluation of this. We need to understand that the light oil is important, small spills are also important, and oil ashore is important, even in non-touristic beaches. We need to change the mentality and try to incorporate the dispersion, dilution, evaporation, sedimentation, and smoke means huge impact. We need to avoid this mentality. And we suffer every single day, thousands and thousands of oil spill. Let me show you one example of oil spill solved with new technologies. Gran Tarajal Harbor is a big marina in Canary Islands, and 2 years ago it was a maritime accident within the harbor. 6 pontoons like this was involved, and the pontoons was plenty of machinery, trucks, big cranes, compressors, hydraulic engines, everything. Mixed with a big amount of debris. Here, in this condition, the skimmer has a lot of difficulties to work. Then we solve the problem with new technologies, totally different than the standard technologies we saw. The first technology we used was reusable absorbents. It's a simple design of foam, hand squeezed with no need formation. You can see here people working without any formation. The people are just the first time they saw the foam. Very high hydrophobic and oleophilic capacities. 1 kilogram removes more than 6 tons because we can reuse more than 200 times. And every single time it takes 30 times its weight. Then in 3 days, only with this 8% without any formation, we remove from water surface 57 tons of oil with less than 5% of water. This is very important if you know something about it, to manage the oil recovery from the skimmer, for example. And in all the world, we remove 80 tons of different kind of oils from the surface. The oil was directly reusable. The foam is recyclable, and there is no residues, working always with the circular economy. Working with the foams, we improve the standard technologies as well. Especially this, we have designed this with the standard barriers with the foam attached here. This is a test we made during the work, and we finally designed this. This is very useful because the barrier becomes oil-proof finally. A second technology, granulates with same high oleophilic and hydrophobic capacities increase the work condition. If you are familiar with this job here, working here is very hard. The smell is everywhere, and the tools become slippery and plenty of oil, and really is difficult to work. Also, the floors and the boots have plenty of oil. This is very slippery surfaces, very dangerous. There's a lot of accidents in these jobs. Then the granulates becomes really essential to increase the work condition of the workers. Here you can see one example here. This is an oil spill in the quay, and we solve with this granulates the problem. Here there is a barrier as well. We use the granulates as a barrier to avoid the movement of oil from the quay to the water. And here we made with the sponge, the foam, and the granulates. We make the barrier like this, that the oil and water are filtering before arrive water. And the third technology we used to clean the harbor was bioremediation. Bioremediation with allogenic bacteria. Pseudomonas putida is a really well-known bacteria, not harmful for the humans or for the environmental, of course. And we made all tests about the innocuity of this bacteria under Spanish, European, or US test. 4 hours of incubation with this, and we can just spread quickly and very easy to the water surface and on the different surfaces, the beaches, ropes, and everything. Here this is before and after photograph of the same place on the harbor, and the bacteria degrades the ropes, the oil on the ropes, on the walls, on the barrier, everywhere. And we make all the test samples and everything, and they'll become really clean. This is an example of the beach of the harbor. in 12 days, the bacteria reduce 20 times the concentration of oil in 10 centimeters of depth within the sand of the beach. Here there is the cleaning of the beach produce a reverse percolation. The oil upwell to the surface, and you can see here the oil was almost totally degraded, and the beach start to lose the oil, and in few days there was no traces of oil on the harbor beach. And now we are grouping more technologies. We are trying to combine different technologies in order to clean, for example, here, oil sediments. This is IFO 380 mixed with sand, and in seconds we can separate both. Then we can absorb the oil with the sponge. Anyway, the technology combination gives us the possibility to do washing machine for oiled, heavy oiled sediments. So this is a huge problem everywhere, in every place that you have wells, oil wells, you have this problem, you know. And we are working more technologies of catalyst, molecular disaggregation, and ultrasonic. This is ultrasonic, is very have good results. We can clean pipelines, oil sediments, oil sludge deposits. We can convert the sludge oil in fuel oil, pipelines, and everything related with the response and remediation of oil spill. Here you have the certification and awards we have. And if you have any question, please send me an email or send an email to Maria, and we can answer every single question you have. Thank you.